give up, but maybe what I want's not what I need. I still can't get enough, but every time you push me to my knees, you know you're like a drug, and I needed all the things you said to me. I think I took too much. I feel you in my blood. Every time you leave, I see the light. Cut me open just to feel what love is like. But do you wanna sacrifice? Are you gonna save me from myself? 'Cause you got me hypnotized, and now I'm a slave to your love. Do you wanna feel my void? Are you gonna tell me I'm enough? 'Cause you got me hypnotized, and now I'm a slave to your love. You got me hypnotized. You got me hypnotized. I know you're not in love. Every time you put me back to sleep, you treat me like a dog. And I gave you every waking part of me. Are you scared to be alone? So tell me why you always tend to leave. Don't wanna shut the door, 'cause I know you'll be crawling back to me. Don't wanna shut the door. Every time you leave, I see the light. You cut me open just to feel what love is like. But do you wanna sacrifice? Are you gonna save me from myself? 'Cause you got me hypnotized, and now I'm a slave to your love. Do you wanna feel my void? Are you gonna tell me I'm enough? 'Cause you got me hypnotized, and now I'm a slave to your love. Hypnotized. You got me hypnotized. Hypnotized. Let's create more density. Sparks turn into fire unintentionally. Feel my body moving in ecstasy, and pour your gasoline all over me. Hold me, feed me, lock the door and give you all me. Squeeze me, show me that you're sensual. I'm feeling sexual.
And I'm slowly fading. And I'm slowly fading.
but I swear I've been sober. We talked in a minute, but I'm head over. I'm needed anymore, losing my way. I'm screaming from the rooftops, calling in rain. We've been here many times, but I feel the same. I'm driving on a road, but no, I can't change lanes. Needle to the vein, way too much pain. I'm on that highway, lost in the dawn, but still it's your face. Won't leave me alone. I'm in that fast lane, running from my bones. And when I lose my faith, I'm hopeless alone. Staring at the red light. Staring at the red light. Staring at the red light. Drinking the night, but I swear I've been sober. We talked in a minute, but I'm head over. I'm needed anymore, losing my way. I'm screaming from the rooftops, calling in rain. We've been here many times, but I feel the same. I'm driving on a road, but no, I can't change lanes. Needle to the vein, way too much pain. I'm on that highway, lost in the dawn, but still it's your face. Won't leave me alone. I'm in that fast lane, running from my bones. And when I lose my faith, I'm hopeless alone. Staring at the red
Ticking off the clock, counting down to an hour. It's easier to go than to stay. Just watch me take that flicker to flame. Sometimes things are what they seem. Reckless, that's just what I need. I'm sick of the habitual games, so I won't play. I can't help burning down all the bridges that I found. I've played more rough than I can count. All the bridges that I found, I cannot burn it down. Burning down all the bridges that I found. I've played more rough than
I see cracks in the paint, wanna peel it off. I can't let things be, wanna fix it all. I get too involved, make it all about me. Really, I just wanna see you smile. I'm walking down this road for a couple of miles. I know that it's been a while since I've smiled. I know that we got some problems, I'm done trying to fix them all. I'm sorry that it hurts sometimes, I'm sorry that we hit this wall. I'm trying my best to be honest, even when it hurts us both. We've already been through our options, I know we both gave our all. I see cracks in the paint, wanna peel it off. See what's underneath and I think I know, but I hope I'm wrong. It's not all about me, really I just wanna see you smile. Been trying to find home for quite some time. I know that it's been a while since we've smiled. I know that we got some problems, I'm done trying to fix them all. I'm sorry that it hurts sometimes, I'm sorry that we hit this wall. I'm trying my best to be honest, even when it hurts us both. We've already been through our options, I know we both gave our all. Nice cities you like, get your shit and get out. But you stay willing to always take me back, and I stay hanging around. I'm so tired of trying to keep the fire burning when you're just yearning to put it out. We can't go on like this without fucking mad. I try to be the grown
but it's alright. You're on your own, but nothing to hold you back. And now you're driven past the red lights. Behind your shades, all the colors seem faded. And now you're moving at the speed of light. I'll lead you home tonight. When you're tired of the dark nights and need someone to hold, I'll be a fire in the cold rain. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go. When you're tired of the dark nights and need someone to hold, I'll be a fire in the cold rain. I'm never gonna let you go. On the road through the dark night, you're on your own with no one to hear you. Going fast, but it's all going fast, but it's all. You're on your own, but nothing to hold you back. And now you're driven past the red lights. Behind your shades, all the colors seem faded. And now you're moving at the speed of light. I'll lead you home tonight. When you're tired of the dark nights and need someone to hold, I'll be a fire in the cold rain. I'm never gonna let you go. 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 When you're tired of the dark nights and need someone to hold, I'll be a fire in the cold rain. I'm never gonna let you go. I'm never gonna let you go.
Watch me take that flicker to flame. Sometimes things are what they seem. Reckless, that's just what I need. I'm sick of the habitual games, so I won't play. I can't help burning down all the bridges that I found. I played more rough than I can count. All the bridges that I found. I can't help burning down all the bridges that I found. I played more rough
I see cracks in the paint, wanna peel it off. I can't let things be, wanna fix it all. I get too involved, make it all about me. Really, I just wanna see you smile. I'm walking down this road for a couple of miles. I know that it's been a while since I've smiled. I know that we got some problems, I'm done trying to fix them all. I'm sorry that it hurts sometimes, I'm sorry that we hit this wall. I'm trying my best to be honest, even when it hurts us both. We've already been through our options, I know we both gave our all. I see cracks in the paint, wanna peel it off. See what's underneath and I think I know, but I hope I'm wrong. It's not all about me, really I just wanna see you smile. Been trying to find home for quite some time. I know that it's been a while since we've smiled. I know that we got some problems, I'm done trying to fix them all. I'm sorry that it hurts sometimes, I'm sorry that we hit this wall. I'm trying my best to be honest, even when it hurts us both. We've already been through our options, I know we both gave our all.
Nice cities you like, get your shit and get out. But you stay willing to always take me back, and I stay hanging around. I'm so tired of trying to keep the fire burning when you're just yearning to put it out. We can't go on like this without fucking mad. I try to be the grown There's no one I can speak to about the shiver in my bones. Nobody else really knows. Follow me through places that take you. I know you want to. I could save you. Follow me. You can take my hand. Follow me. You can take my hand. At this point, we have nothing left to lose. You can see it in my sad eyes, what I've been through. It's so close, I can feel it. The shiver in my bones, but everything moves so slow. Follow me. You can take my hand. Follow me. You can take my hand. You can take my hand. We could leave this place. Find all our fears. Leave lines that can't erase. Realize that I could save you. Take my hand.
Hey, Bezbro, what's going on, my dude? Uh, Sorry about Yeah, I guess I had my sound on my so it probably like came off kind of weird. The game is this it's a kind of an adventure um, action type game. So you're kind of placed into this world, and it's kind of probably a used up type of intro sequence. A lot of games have used it so far, and it's a plane crash, so probably familiar, seen it before. The reason I chose the plane crash is just so that I get at the beginning of the game, I have a little bit more of an option of what can happen. So um, at least as far as the navigation aspect of it. So of course, in the future, I'll try and also add some kind of combat elements depending on where you land. But currently, at this point, it's only going to be about how you reach your first location in the game. So once you enter the game world, you suffer this accident, and you have to find out the reason that you're trying to leave the place. So along the way, you'll encounter some friendly NPCs that are going to give you a few of the missions that are kind of going to steer you towards what happened in this location. So at that point, um, you'll be able to start figuring out the story based on based on these missions that you're going to be given. So the first part that I'm planning on doing is going to be just a demo. So hopefully, I want to have a build for this in maybe 2 to 3 months, where the navigable area of the demo is going to be available. So hopefully people that are on my Discord and hopefully Twitter and some of those other social media platforms are going to be interested in trying that out. And so once some of the issues are ironed out, as far as maybe performance issues and stuff like that, uh, you know navigating the map and not being able to fall through stuff. So I can show you quickly a little bit of the map if you're interested. At least the current map for the demo. So the current map for the demo is going to contain, let's see, it's going to contain some of this area here, which is these are the mines. So these are pretty tied into, and what is it? My speed not working. There we go. So the mines are pretty well tied into the story, and a good kind of part of the story is going to happen between this safe door here. And I'm still debating whether I'll, for the demo, I'll give access to what's behind, I guess, door number 1. So I'm still debating that. But so well, so it's as the game name suggests, it's only me. So there's not a team per se. So and a bunch of these assets I made, some of them I've purchased, and some are from Sketchfab. So, for example, like these train tracks are bought from Sketchfab. Let's see, this stuff is from a marketplace. The locker I made, it's actually, if you're interested in getting a locker, I have it on my Sketchfab to download for free. So let's see. The ventilation tube is from a pack that I bought. This light I made. The pipes is also pack. Let's see. The walls I made because they're pretty simple. Some of the textures is a combo of purchased textures and heavily tweaked textures based off those. So these pipes I made. Let's see what else. Some of the stuff in here is, I mean, pretty much everything besides the conduit stuff that I've added just in this stream tonight. So the conduit I made, this is actually made completely from scratch because I couldn't find anything out there that would match this, where the same texture would cover switches and kind of junction boxes and more switches and outlets and stuff. For example, the sink here, this is something I made. So it's definitely a heavy combo of stuff. In the bunker, in the mine tunnel, the structure I made myself. So most of the architectural stuff that you'll see is stuff that I made because you can find filler assets on the marketplaces and stuff, but you can't really find like architectural. I mean, you can find some architectural stuff, but nothing that I was happy with and that I liked. So I definitely use some mega scans, like some of these meshes here. Um, Stuff from Epic, like this rock is from Paragon Assets, I believe. And so yeah, as I was saying, this is the other part of the mine, which is kind of going down here. So, so for example, something else that I did is this conveyor belt, and this whole conveyor belt system, these barrels, um, this wire mesh around the wall, which is actually just the wall, but with a different material. So and I just tweaked um some of the mesh a little bit. So basically, what's the way the navigating this level is going to be is so you're going to start. And apologies, some of the level is going to be is missing here because I didn't load it yet. So you're going to land in a. Actually, let me see if I can hide the the sky. So basically, you're going to land in three. Hopefully, this makes sense to you. So you're going to land in three areas around this location, which this is a bunker. So three different areas. Eventually, you're gonna, I'm gonna probably try and steer the player towards the location of the bunker. So once in the bunker, this is where you're gonna meet some NPCs, just friendly NPCs in the beginning, and they're gonna direct you to some of the missions that are gonna be happening in the game. And I'm having a hard time reaching the bottom of this. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I kind of replaced some of the meshes, and now they're a little bit of a mess. So this is pretty much a pretty basic bunker. You'll get to, there's going to be some side missions as well. Not really necessarily connected to the story, but just side missions are always fun. So, there's, this is kind of a three-level type bunker. At least that's how I envisioned it. Because I couldn't find anything that would be like a reference diagram for a bunker layout. So I had to make things up, I guess, creative freedom here. So this bunker is actually connected to so this is part of the bunker as well down here. So this bunker is connected through a series of caves that are going to run in kind of around here. So they're going to connect into the mines as well. So at this point, this will give you a little bit of an option if you want to take the route of the mines, which is more heavily guarded. There's going to be some enemy NPCs that you have a few options to take them out, either like a kind of a stealth takedown, which at this point is just either stabbing, or a kind of a rear choke, or currently I have a pistol for a weapon, and I'll probably stick to the pistol because in my scenario it's not really, at least for my game, it's not really a so much of a go out there guns blazing, shoot everybody kind of thing. So the NPCs are not very dumb as far as shooting, so they will kill you. Um, so as I was saying, this oh come on, go ahead and save. It just does the auto save, but doesn't really save all. Um, So this is going to be screen. It's not going to be VR because it's there's some aspects of it that are going to be pretty heavy. So I don't think you're going to be able to. I mean, you probably could run it in VR with a kind of a little bit of a stronger video card. I only have like a GTX 970, which is pretty already kind of going on, closing in on 5 years old now. So 4 years old, I think. Alright, so then you kind of follow along into the cave system, and some of the navigation of the level is going to be composed of, especially for the caves, it's going to be composed of stuff like wall climbing, and being able to go over ledges like this. There's going to be kind of like the wall hugging, where you just kind of shimmy along the wall, and similar here. And also there's going to be crawling, which is through sections like this. So, and again, there's a little bit of, where was that? I thought it was right there. Yeah. So, there's a little bit more climbing here, and you get to the exit of the cave, and this links into forested area, which is actually, now I can unhide this because it's going to look a little bit better. So it's going to lead into a forested area that's, at least for the demo, it's going to be right outside your main objective for the demo, which is going to be this mansion where parts of the story are going to get revealed as well, and where the demo's main mission is gonna have to take place. So unfortunately, I've moved some things around, so there's not a lot of. I mean, I guess you can tell how the mansion is going to look a little bit here. Unfortunately, I've moved some of the post-processing volumes around, and you can't really uh, tell how good it would have looked. So yeah, as you can see, there's like some parts of the mansion over here. So that I just need to bring those together. So the reason for the mines and the caves is just giving you a little bit of a different approach. So if you were to go through the forest, you kind of end up you'll have less resistance through the caves that you have through the mines, but you will end up getting to the mansion, and you kind of end up in the front of the mansion, whereas it's going to be a little bit heavier guarded. While with the mines, you'll come up a little bit more to the back and to the side of the mansion, which will allow you to enter um, through the basement. So the basement is facing that way. So once you get through the mines, there's going to be a lot less resistance or a lot less enemies. So kind of giving those two options for this as well. So it's trying to make it a little bit give a little bit of replayability type thing here. So that's part of it. So currently, a bunch of the mechanics are in place. As far as I was telling you, the enemy takedown, the enemy would react to sound. So, for example, um, if you walk up behind them and you're on a kind of a noisy surface like wood or gravel or something like that, they would detect you once you get too close. So if you would crouch, the noise is going to be less, so they're not going to be able to hear it. And also you can trigger a noise by either throwing a rock or turning on. I was showing you the conveyor belt. In the mansion, there's going to be items such as a washer that you can turn on, and then an enemy would come and investigate, and at that point you can do the deed, so to speak. So so that's kind of a little bit of a how to distract the enemy part. It's through noise. And of course, if they see you, they'll just straight up attack you. Throughout the level, and especially in the mines, there's going to be items such as, and hopefully I can find the mine. Here it is. So throughout the mine, there's going to be areas that have surveillance cameras, such as this. So if this one detects you, it will trigger a noise. So that will alert the neighboring enemies, and they would come to investigate. So, and the other thing that I'm still working on is, once you do a stealth kill or a regular kill, you'll be able to drag the body. The thing that I need to add is the AI realizing that that's a dead body right there. So I am going to be more alert and kind of start searching the area. Currently, if you create a noise or if this this camera detects you and starts an alarm, they're just going to go and investigate that location. So they're not going to be in too heightened of an alert mode. So like I said, the thing that I do want to add, that I need to add is, um, this volumetric lights, this is, so Unreal has a project called Blueprints, I believe, like a learning project. So that one actually comes with a surveillance camera. So for this one, I've actually this is a surveillance camera that I made myself because, I just wanted to have something that's a little bit more, different than the base stuff. So, um, but this volumetric kind of I guess sun shafts, they are part of the material that is in that blueprints project. So that's it's really easy to import stuff. That's one of the things that I like, um, and I've just imported the material and the whole blueprint because I work with blueprints. Um, so I've imported that into my project and then just did some tweaking to kind of make it fit my need. Like whenever it detects you, it generates a noise for the AI system to recognize and go and investigate. So yeah, that's kind of there's going to be stuff like little puzzles where you can you have lock picking in place, and this cart you can and actually I can show you this real quick. So because that doesn't require me to add anything else. So for example, if you want to lock pick the door, I guess I need to pick up some lock picks. So pretty simple kind of typical mechanics. So then you can open the door. Let's see. Some of them could be, like for example, these lockers are going to be locked, so whenever you interact with them, it's like just shakes the door a little bit. And one of the mechanics that I really had fun implementing is something like this, where you can you can push an item. So in this case, being in the mine, I thought what better but to push one of these carts along. So. And you can only push it. I made it so you can't pull it. So right now, you can just push this thing back, and you can still look around a little bit, but it's a little limited. So so that's kind of a little bit of some of the other puzzles. I mean, puzzles, it's kind of much to say because it's just going to be to the point of I'm going to need to to push this cart out of the way, or kind of lock pick a door, and you know, pretty simple stuff. I just don't want to make things too overly complicated. That sometimes can result in frustration. So I'll probably try and keep it simple. And being that I'm by myself, stuff takes longer to do. So I mean, kind of in a nutshell, that's the project as what it is. So. Yeah, so I mean, for tonight, I'm gonna be signing out because I gotta head on to work tomorrow morning, and that's always fun. But yeah, well, I guess it's a good point. I'm gonna be signing out too. So yeah, I'm glad that it inspired you to get back at it, because it's a lot of fun. What can I say? It's game design, game development is a lot of fun. So yeah, so best of luck, and hopefully we'll see you around. All right. So yeah, you have a good night or a good morning, and yeah, have a good one. Take care.